Hey guys, today we're going to try and install the Tannus armor inserts into the tires. I've had quite a few flats this season, so I'm going to go through the steps on how to change it out. I'm basically just going to use the tools that came with the Rad Power Bike. You need an extra zip tie because you have to cut one off the back, and just using some wedge tools for the tires. An air pump, obviously. And let's get to it. So I'm going to loosen off the bolts. Also need a number 4 Allen key to remove this. Not sure what it's called. Take that screw out. I'm going to put it in my pocket so I don't lose it. We're going to remove the cap off the motor nut and then get in there somehow. There we go. Loosen this off. Hopefully it's not too windy out here that you guys can still hear me. Once you get the nuts loosened off, you have to remove this zip tie so you can unplug the motor cable. So that's free. That's never easy to get this rear tire off. I'm gonna have to lay it on its side to try and get this off. There we go. I got it loose now. Let's put this back up. I just gotta mess with this thing. There we go. That one off. That one already had a flat. And yeah, I've been by the salt water a lot this year, so all my brake rotors got rusty, so I'm going to take them off and try and clean them. Well, at least the front tire is a lot easier than the back tire. Just have to loosen this off. And tighten it a little bit. Voila. Alright, so these got pretty rusty being on the beach near the salt water. And try and clean it with a little bit of steel wool abrasive and some water. Alright, just gotta rinse it off, but that cleaned up a hell of a lot better than I thought it was going to. Forgot to mention, to get the disc brakes on and off, you need a T25 bit, which is the star-shaped bit. I like to put all the screws in first and then tighten everything down. Going crossways. Okay, so you want to inspect the inside of the tire for any thorns or debris or anything and clean it out. This one's in pretty good shape, actually. So on the website they say to use baby powder. I don't have baby powder, but I have Gold Bond. Hopefully that's somewhat the same thing. Just gonna put a little bit in there, run it all around, and take the Tannus armor. Slide it in there. Okay, so it's in there like that. Make sure. I'm gonna put a little bit of baby powder in here. On the Tannus website, it mentioned filling up the tire, or the inner tube, just slightly to make it easier to install, and so you don't pinch the tire at all. I'm just going to fill it up that much. Okay, so you get the valve stem in the right position and in there, and just slowly work your way around. Get the rest of the tire in there. Make sure nothing's pinching in there. Okay, and I'm going to start working the Tannus armor to the inside of the rim first. Okay, now to get the rest of the tire on inside the bead. That's what I have this little tool for working the tire in there. There we go. Everything feels good. Nothing's pinching. I'm going to fill it up with air now. It's going to fill it to 20 psi. Feels good. Okay, same thing with the front tire. One side in there. Take your Tannus armor. Start shoving it in there. Take your inner tube and fill it up a little bit. That's enough. Find the valve stem hole. Alright, inner tube's in. I actually didn't put baby powder on this one to see how easy it went. It was just as easy as the back one was. So, get the Tannus armor in there without pinching anything. There. Okay, that looks good. We're going to get the bead sealed on the tire. Just going to use this tool again. This is actually a trim tool for car interior stuff, but it works just as well for doing this. You just need sort of a wedge-shaped piece to get the bead around the tire. There we go. Alright, put everything back together. Lightly tighten that up. I'm going to put it on the bike. Do the front tire first since that's the easiest. That nice and tight. Make sure the tire spins freely. Okay, that one's good. Off to the rear. The rear tire is obviously a little bit more tricky with the chain and so on. Kickstand out of the way. You want to make sure that spring is pointing forwards so you're not stressing it. Alright, looks like it's in. So on this side, this little washer has a notch in it. You want to make sure that's pointing at the top so it fits in. And I take this piece, slide it in there, put the screw in. Tighten it down with the number 4 Allen wrench. Tighten the nuts. This side's a little trickier because you don't have that much room. Put the cap back over. Line up your arrows. Make sure that's in nice and tight. Put a new zip tie around the motor cable. Put it about there. Make sure it spins freely, which it does. Let's flip this guy over. Oh, another thing I forgot to mention with the Jones H handlebars, you don't need anything to prop up the bike. Still have lots of clearance for the display and everything else so that it doesn't hit the ground. I don't know if you can see that. Lots of room. Well, it doesn't feel much different than a regular inner tubes, but hopefully they hold up a lot longer. Being in Arizona and other places on the beach, I was getting a lot of flat tires, a lot of thorns in my tires. So I just thought I'd go with the Tannus armor. Hopefully that keeps me from getting flats. Apparently, even if you do get a flat, you can run on just the Tannus armor. And that's it for the install. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next time.